Have you ever been riddled with doubts, thoughts, fears that prevent you from doing what it is that God has called you to do? My name is Trent Jenkins. Welcome to the Daily Dose. We're talking about overcoming life's giants. And I don't know about you, but oftentimes the greatest giant in my life is not some sort of big beast out there in this world, but it's what's taking place between these two ears of mine in my own mind. We're going to dive into 1 Samuel right now, and we're talking about David. And how is it that he was able to do all that he did? And I think there's this one pivotal scene where oftentimes we don't look at, but I think it's so key to his life, and we can see how he responds. Ultimately, Samuel is coming to Jesse, and he's saying, I'm looking for a new king. We're going to anoint a new king. Saul had lost trust with God, and Samuel is on the search. God leads him to Jesse, and he says, can you please bring before me your sons? And God says clearly to Samuel, don't look at all the outward appearance and everything that you think that people would want. Look at the heart. That's what I'm looking for. And Jesse honored, right, that Samuel would be coming to him, that one of his sons would become king. And so he brings before him his sons, and one after another, he brings them before Samuel, and Samuel rejects each one. Jesse's probably completely confused. I mean, this is the best that I have here. And Samuel says this question, is this it? Are these all the sons that you have? And then this one line right here in verse 11, they're still the youngest, Jesse answered. He's tending the sheep, meaning David. Have you ever been the uninvited guest, the person to the party where you show up and it seems like everybody else has been there and you got the last minute text to be able to invite it? Have you ever shown up to that event where you really think they were meaning to pick everybody else and all of a sudden they picked you? Have you ever shown up to the event when you realize, I think I am on the outskirts of the in-group in this particular scene? This is David right here, showing up, realizing that all of his brothers have been rejected, his father's first picks, but then God still chooses him. I wonder where it is in life where maybe we let the circumstances of our lives determine our direction rather than following the calling after God. You see, in this one very moment, David could have lived into the rejection that his father cast upon him, that his dad didn't see him worthy enough to be able to be called to the meeting of all of the sons. He was the one out with the sheep, out doing the dirty work, not worthy enough to be called to this meeting. If you want to talk about FOMO, I mean, this is real FOMO, fear of missing out, because his dad did not call him to the meeting. I wonder, have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like there's been a lot of life calling on particular people and not you? You see, there's this moment in David's life where he can live into that rejection or he can live into the calling. You see this throughout his life, whether it's going out to the battlefield and Goliath and people are saying, who are you? Why do you think that you can fight David? Or going in before Saul and saying, you need all this armor. Who do you think you are? And I just want to ask that question, who do you think you are? And if your answer has anything to do with, well, I've been able to accomplish this, or I've been able to do this, you're banking on the wrong things. Because who we are determines our direction. And who I am has now been defined as a child of God. I am a workmanship. I have been beautifully and wonderfully made by my Creator. I am forgiven. I am chosen. I am part of a royal priesthood. I have been adopted into the family of God. I have been equipped. I am more than a conqueror through Christ who lives in me. I can do anything through Christ who gives me strength. That is who I am. And so today, regardless of where you're at and what obstacle that you're facing, I want to encourage you, change the script. Change the script and stop living into the fear that other people have in their own lives. You see, they don't want you to move forward. They're going to continue to put those obstacles in front of you because if you move past them, it means that they were limited by their own weakness. It means that they were limited by their own sin. And so we can live into the limitations of others, or we can live into the calling that Christ has for us today. Don't stop. Be the man or woman that God has created you to be. You were built for this.